Empty Epsilon, scenario writing, hide station in Torus. In this video, we're going to talk about a function called vectorFromAngle. It's available in utils.lua. The first thing we will do is add the line to our scenario that requires util.lua so that we can refer to that function and make use of it. Now, let's go to where we define the enemy station and come up with some coordinates for the enemy station. So we will set up an x and y that will be populated using the function vectorFromAngle. Now the angle that we are going to specify is random between 0 and 360, which is essentially a circle, any angle along the circle. The distance is going to be between 50,000 and 80,000. That gives us a torus shape, or a torus shape that is flat. Let's put it that way. For the station, we'll get rid of the call sign because we want that to be randomized each time we run. For the position, we will set the coordinates that we just defined. The intent here is to make the enemy station harder to find if you play the game multiple times. So if you come back in, the next time you play, the Kraylor station will be in a different place. So for the defense platforms around the Kraylor station, they can't be hard-coded. They need to be based off the enemy station. So we're going to set up an angle, add a loop, and define coordinates dpx and dpy based off the function vectorFromAngle. It'll be 2,500 away, and instead of being based on a 0, 0 coordinate, we want it to be based off of the location of the enemy station. So we're going to take the x and y coordinate and add the enemy station x and y coordinate that we just defined. Now let's take an example of creating one of those defense platforms, copy it, put it inside our loop, and let's take the coordinates that we just calculated, dpx and dpy, instead of the existing hard coding ones. And we're also going to remove the call sign because we want the call sign to be randomized each time we run the scenario. So we don't need these anymore because we're doing that inside the loop. Now we want to find the place where we hard-coded the sector name D3. We're going to take that, we're going to change it, we're going to use a function string.format, which is something from Lua, which allows you to modify your string dynamically before you actually make use of it. So instead of D3, we're going to put in a substitution parameter, %s, which tells string.format we want to put a value here. And the value that we're going to specify is enemy station at the function getSectorName. So when that string comes out into the full scan, it's going to have the sector name there. We're also going to uncomment the test line so that we can use that information in our testing. Speaking of testing, let's go test and see what happens. We are going to use the hard difficulty because we want to see the defense platforms. Oop, we got an error. Set position, number expected got nil. What was that line number again? Line number 58. Bad argument number 2. Okay, so let's go to line 58 and see what's wrong. Well, line 52, set position, enemy station, that looks okay. It says parameter 2 was not defined. Oh, look at that. Enemy station was misspelled when I set it up in the first place. Let's put the O in there where it belongs, save it, test it, and we'll see what happens this time. Testing is important. I recommend you test frequently. Make a small change, go out and test. That way it's easier to find your mistake when you're testing. All right, so we put in a player station. Let's go to the GM screen. What was the freighter at the tick mark? VK16 and E6. There is the freighter. There's only one. It's got to be that one. Yep, VK19. And, oh, well, the defense platforms didn't go in a circle around the station. Why is that? That's because we did not update the angle inside the loop. So let us increment the angle. Angle is going to be angle plus 360 divided by 5, whatever that is. That should make them circle the station, be spaced evenly. Again, testing is important. You gotta test. Let's go out and see what we get this time. Again, we want to see those platforms. Hopefully they'll be in the right place this time. BR12 and D4 is our black sheep. Yep, BR12, D4. Let's see, where is, there it is. So it looks like the enemy station is going to be in C5. There is BR12. Let's move our player ship closer to make it easy to scan that ship to test the dynamic string creation that we did for the second science scan description. So we select the ship, we'll scan it. Remember from our previous video, when we first select it, there's nothing in the description. We do the first scan and we get the line ship log present. We do the second scan and we should get that message that the Kraylor station is in C5. This scan, the tension, I don't know if I can handle it. And the verdict is, there it is.